Not everybody is a morning person, but people who wake up early and get their day started are less stressed, more optimistic, and more productive because the early bird does get the worm. Today on Coffee with Colleen, we'll be talking about tips for getting out of bed early. Let's get started. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Colleen. I'm Colleen Hammond. I'm a former on-camera meteorologist for the Weather Channel, turned executive image consultant, coach, and mentor. In 30 days or less, I teach women how to take the guessing out of dressing, to dress for their body type, their color, their career, so that every outfit that they pull out of their closet is their favorite outfit that makes them look and feel like $1,000,000. So we're going to talk about getting out of bed because the early bird does get the worm is the old saying, and these old sayings exist for a reason. So morning people have an advantage. The night owls are hitting the snooze button, right? And they're sleeping in. And it's actually been shown that people who do get up early actually get more done. They live happier lives. They tend to be more successful. They're less stressed. They're more optimistic. I know it sounds kind of weird. Getting up early makes you more optimistic, but it's true. So here's tips on how you too can become a morning person. Number one, starting with get more sleep. I mean, that seems kind of obvious, right? But if you're going to bed earlier and getting more sleep, it's going to be easier to get up in the morning. So avoid electronics. We've talked about this in the How to Have More Energy course. How to have more physical and mental energy. But I get in deep. I do a whole session on how to get better sleep, high quality sleep. But avoiding electronics before you go to bed is super important. Up to 2 hours, a minimum of 1 hour. Put the phone down, get off the computer, stop watching TV. And one of the best ways to do that is read a book. I mean, not a Kindle or something off of an electronic book, right? Reading a good old-fashioned hardcover or softcover book with pages. It's amazing. I have had clients that have told me the very next morning they will email me or call me or text me and say, oh my gosh, I read a book last night. I fell asleep reading the book and had the best night's sleep I've ever had in a long time because they don't have the electronics. I guarantee you that one tip of not having electronics in front of your face. I know we have blue blockers. I had this discussion with my daughters last night. Oh, but we have blue blockers on our phone, Mom, like you told us to, right? Blue blockers help. But still, I guarantee you, try it tonight if you dare. It's going to be hard if you're used to having electronics around. Number two, well, this is all part of number one, is drinking kava tea. And in the copy of today's notes, I give you a link of the best kava tea that I have found. And it's also the most inexpensive and it's organic and everything. So it's awesome for you. But kava is better than chamomile. People are like, oh yeah, I drink chamomile tea. Oh, if you want a deep night's sleep, kava is your answer. Essential oils, try lavender, cedarwood, those types of things. But again, that's a half-hour course that I do in the How to Have More Energy. So I'm not going to get into that very deeply here. But reading a book, watching your lighting around you, the less electronics around you, the less light you're exposed to, the better you'll sleep. And use an app. I put a link in today's notes to the Poise app. I talk about it all the time, but that is the app that I use and I love it. Number two, keep yourself on a schedule. It's easier to get up in the morning when you have a set schedule that your body is used to, and that's including the weekends. So if you're used to getting up at 5 a.m. during the week, and you're like, oh, I want to sleep in on the weekends, you're actually making it harder for yourself to get up Monday morning. So if you're used to getting up at 5 a.m., fine, get up at 6. But don't sleep in until 7, 8, 9 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday and then expect Monday morning to not be a chore. So the closer you can stick to a set schedule, the better off you're going to be health-wise, number one. Number two, it's going to be easier to get up in the morning. So when you're setting those times and you're trying to get up earlier, just work on 15-minute increments. And again, I go over this in the How to Have More Energy course, but move your timing back. If you're used to getting up at 8, get up at 7:45 for a few days, then get up at 7:30 for a few days, and then get up at 7:15 for a few. If you have that luxury of being able to take 15-minute chunks and move it back every couple of days, that's far easier on your body. If not, go cold turkey. Number 3, don't use a buzzer. Thankfully, we have so many different options now when it comes to our alarm clocks or waking up on our phones or that type of thing. And they've done some studies to show that when you wake up to one of those obnoxious buzzers, it kind of sets your day off on the wrong foot. And you kind of wake up irritated. It's such a shock to the system to be removed from, for example, if you're in a deep state of REM, which is rapid eye movement, that's the dreaming portion of your sleep, which is actually, it's the dreaming portion, but it's the lightest portion. But anyway, I digress. That when you're woken up harshly out of a cycle of sleep like that, it kind of messes with your brain. So you're starting the day off wrong. So wake up with a gradual, if you were able to have an alarm clock or something on your phone or an app that you use that will gradually wake you up. That's going to be better for you overall, for your brain, for your health, and for your optimism as you get through the day. So avoid those buzzers. Number 4, if you really have a hard time getting up in the morning, set 2 alarms. Set one to go off at one time. And some people, you have that snooze button, which actually has been shown to be a problem. So I'm not saying to set 2 alarms, go back to sleep and wake up again, because you're disrupting your sleep cycle. You may be able to do it, but it's not as healthy for you. But what I mean by 2 alarms is you set the first alarm, and that tells you that this is time to get up to do these things. Get up and do your meditation. Or maybe you do your meditation in bed. Maybe, you get up and make a cup of coffee, or maybe, but you're just really groggy and getting along. And then the second alarm goes off and says, okay, now it's time to move on to the next stage of the morning. So this is not a snooze button. This is the first alarm gets you out of bed doing a few things. And the second alarm takes you to that next important stage of the morning. Because some people just can't, or they get up and they're kind of shuffling around. The next thing they know, an hour's gone by and they're like, why did I get up early? I haven't gotten anything accomplished. So if you have 2 alarms, the first one gets you going on the first portion of your day. The second one gets you going on the second portion of your day. That will help you get the day off on a better foot. Number 5, this is so helpful to me, and I'm a morning person, laying out your clothing the night before. You can, if you're going to be exercising in the morning, set out your exercise clothes. If you're getting up and going to work first thing, get those clothes, let them hang out, let them air out. Do they need to be pressed? Do it the night before. Whatever you're going to need, not just clothing wise, but whatever you're going to need the following morning. Do you need to pack a bag? Do you need to, whatever you need to do, prep as much the night before. So, because in the morning, it takes your brain up to an hour to get awake, to get to full function. On average, around 30 minutes. Some people take an hour, some people take 15 minutes. But the brain, when you first come out of that sleep cycle, the brain takes a little bit of time to readjust to its new state of being awake. So the more you can do the night before, when your brain is focused, alert, and on target, the better off your mornings are going to be, because you don't have to worry about that. So laying out your clothing or whatever you need the night before. Number 6, do the same thing with your breakfast. How much of your breakfast can you prepare the night before? If you have a smoothie, can you cut up those vegetables and those fruits and the things that you use in your smoothie? Can you have that all prepared the night before? You know what I do with my smoothie? I have a Vitamix. I take the blender. I put everything in the blender. And then I put it in the fridge. So in the morning, all I have to do is pull it out and put the lid on. The lid's already on it. Put it on and turn it on. It's all prepped. It's cut. It's in there. It's ready to go. You just put it on, and then you can cut it that way. The enzymes are all fresh. I won't even get into that. So prepping as much the night before. How about oatmeal in a crock pot? You can do oatmeal in a crock pot, and it slow cooks all night long. Some people like French toast, that can be cooked. Whatever you want to do the night before, even if, let's say you have scrambled eggs. even if you break your eggs and get your milk and all that all done the night before, it's ready to go. All you have to do is pour it in the pan. As much prep as you can do the night before, it makes your mornings a lot easier. Number 7, bright light, bright light. As soon as your eye is exposed to light, especially like sunlight, light type things, that it will wake up and get going a lot quicker and a lot easier. So as soon as the alarm goes off, turn on a light. Get the lights going. Where are we? Oh, and some alarms do come with lights where the alarm will start and the light is really low. And as the time goes on and the music plays or whatever, the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Number 8, if you do have a hard time getting out of bed, then take the alarm clock and put it in a different room. Take your phone and put it away so that you have to, because sometimes the hardest part of getting up in the morning is getting up. So if the alarm is going off in another room, if it's in the bathroom, or if it's even on the table across the room from you, you have to get out of bed. Your feet have to hit the floor. You have to let go of the pillow and get out from underneath the covers and move to another room. And then once you're up, make that commitment to stay up. Number 9, music. Get the music going. Any type of music that you can play or that motivates you or gets your blood flowing is music that's going to help you move and get the day going. So anytime you can have a playlist on Pandora or Spotify or whatever it is that you use, that's going to help you get your brain and your mind in the right gear. Number 10, get your blood moving. Stretch. When your alarm goes off and you're in the bed, stretch. Get the blood moving into your muscles. When you get out of bed, you can do a couple of jumping jacks, do a couple of push-ups, whatever. Just get the blood coursing through your veins. Your muscles have been pretty stagnant all night. So once you can get them activated and get things moving, that's going to be helpful for your entire body. Same thing with peppermint, and that's number 11, is take advantage of peppermint. Peppermint, if you put a drop of peppermint essential oil on your tongue and just inhale up into your nasal cavity, it opens up all your capillaries and puts more oxygen into your system. So keep a little thing of peppermint on your nightstand. The alarm goes off, put a drop of peppermint on your tongue, inhale. That'll wake you up right away. If you don't have an essential oil, I know my daughter uses Altoids. It's the same type of thing. So get some peppermint so that will oxygenate your blood and wake you up that way. Number 12, once you're in the bathroom, first thing you do, splash your face with some cold water. Wash the sleep out of your eyes. Just getting your hands wet, the palms of your hands, there's something about that. And then your face as well. That will help energize you and wake you up and get your blood flowing too. Number 13, visualization. I should have put this one earlier because this is also part of the night before. Visualize what your tomorrow morning is going to be like. So as you're lying in bed and you're thinking, or you start thinking about, yes, in the morning when the alarm goes off, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the peppermint on my tongue. I'm going to get up. I'm going to splash my face. Some people like to brush their teeth first thing in the morning, even before they eat, and then they brush their teeth again after they eat, just because the brushing in their teeth, because it has peppermint in it, but that helps them wake up. So visualize the night before what you are committed to doing the following morning. So plan out what you will do when the alarm goes off and your feet hit the floor and I'm going to get up and I'm going to splash. So once you practice that in your brain and that's what you go to bed thinking, then you'll just kind of do it the next morning when you get up. Number 14, respect your wake up time as an appointment. Pretend it's a doctor's appointment or an appointment with somebody else important that you are committed to this appointment. It's on your calendar. You're going to do it. And so think of this as a time that's scheduled time. It's an appointment. And I'm going to respect this appointment to wake up just like I would respect taking my child to their doctor's appointment. Number 15, find a partner. And it doesn't have to be a partner that you meet with physically. It could be somebody that's a text message partner. I did this when I was living in Michigan and had a text message partner in Texas. And my daughter's the one that actually taught me this one. She had a text message friend that they would get up in the morning and they would text message each other, "Are you up? Yeah, okay, let's start our exercise routine." And so they were workout buddies, but they weren't together. They were in Texas and in Michigan. And so they just texted each other in the morning. "Are you up? Yep. All right, let's start our workout." And so they committed to each other. So if you don't have somebody you can buddy up with person to person, then find a text message buddy. And there's a lot of apps out there that'll help you with that as well. And number 16, and this is the final one, sleep in your workout clothing. I went, yeah, right. Seriously? But you know what? They're kind of comfortable anyway, right? So, but you're already dressed. All you have to do is put your shoes on. So if that's what it takes to get you to start an exercise routine first thing in the morning, then sleep in your workout clothes. They're all fluffy and comfy anyway. All right. So number one, of course, is get enough sleep. So we'll just do a quick recap. The easiest way to get up early is to go to bed early. So make sure you get enough sleep. Keep on a set schedule, the set time you go to bed, a set time you go to sleep, even 7 days a week, even on the weekends. Try to stay as close to that as possible. Don't use a buzzer. Buzzers have been shown to start your day off badly, so use some other sort of way of waking up. Set 2 alarms, and I don't mean a snooze alarm. The first alarm gets you out of bed doing a few things. The second alarm tells you to move to the next portion of your day. Number 5 was lay out your morning clothes the night before. And number 6 is close to that, prep breakfast the night before. So as much morning prep that you can do the evening before, it makes it easier to get out of bed the next morning. Number 7 is flip on the lights. As soon as your eyes, your retina is exposed to that light, it starts with the wake up routine for your body and your brain. So the alarm goes off, get the lights on. Number 8, if you have a hard time with the alarm clock, put it in another room. That gets you out of your bed and into another room to turn the alarm off. Number 9, take advantage of music. Play the type of music in the morning that motivates you, that gets your blood rolling. Number 10, speaking of blood, get your blood moving, stretch, do some jumping jacks, jog in place, anything you can do to up your metabolism just a little bit and get the blood flowing to your muscles. 11, peppermint. Use the advantage of peppermint. Choose a peppermint leaf, put some essential oil in your tongue, have an Altoid, whatever it takes. Number 12, splash your face and your hands with cold water. Number 13, make sure you visualize the night before what the morning is going to be like. 14, respect this as an appointment. That you, if you were somebody else, that you would be there, and make sure you do it. Number 15, partner up, either person to person if you're doing an exercise routine, even by text message, or you can have friends that you've never met yet that are on an app. And of course, number 16, if you want to implement an exercise routine, sleep in your own clothing. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you're watching on YouTube or on my blog, make sure on YouTube that you subscribe and then click the little bell, because that will notify you of when, and then the little checkbox, and that'll notify you when I upload the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video if you thought it was helpful. If you're watching live and you want the notes for this, comment me in the comment section below this video on my business page, and that will send me a message. If not, click the link that's in the show notes, and that will take you to Facebook Messenger, and you can ask me for the morning's notes, and I will send them off to you right away. So thanks for joining us. And if you want to watch us live, we are on facebook.com/Colleen M. Hammond, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is 2 o'clock in London, and 11 p.m. currently in Sydney, Australia. But check those world clock times, and we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye.